Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave, and today we're going to take a look at the Drowned City Investigator expansion for Arkham Horror LCG. But I'm doing this solo because unfortunately Dirk is not available this weekend. I just want to do a quick check to make sure that everything is working, and then we'll get started. I'm not seeing it showing up yet. Uh-oh. Is it not recording? That's... Huh. That... Um... Auto stop. Why did it auto stop? There we go. All right, let's see if it's working. There we go. All right, let's see if it's working. All right, so looks like it's working. Just do a double quick check. So looks like it's working. Just do a double quick check. Okay. All right, yeah, I've been having some issues with YouTube lately and streaming, so I wanted to make sure everything is working. Okay. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, Dirk is not available this weekend to go over these cards with me, but I thought I would do an unboxing. So let's take a look. Assuming I can get this shrink wrap off. Come on. There we go. So the campaign box comes out in April, but these are the investigator cards, and we have a little booklet. Some more cards. All right, so we'll set you guys there. All right. So let's move this stuff off out of the way a little bit. All right. The stars are right. The Drowned City Investigator expansion contains a new set of investigator and player cards that can be used to build or enhance investigator decks for any Arkham Horror the card game scenario or campaign. So the expansion icon's got like Cthulhu tentacles here. The cards in the Drowned City Investigator can be identified by the symbol. Each card collector number. Okay, so additional rules and clarifications. So Agatha Crane, as a parapsychologist, Agatha Crane walks a fine line between scientist and true believer. When confronted with the mythos, at deck creation, either her seeker or mystic version may be chosen. Both versions have unique deck building once chosen. You cannot switch to another version. Unlike print and play parallel investigators, you must use both the front and back of Agatha's chosen investigator card for the entirety of the campaign. Alert. So alert is each time an investigator fails a skill test while attempting to evade an enemy with the alert keyword. After applying all results for that skill test, the enemy performs an attack against the invading investigator. Okay, so that Myriad is back. So Myriad allows you alert we've seen before. Myriad we've seen before as well. Include up to 3 copies of a player card with the Myriad keyword in your deck. Researched, so this is a seeker thing where you start with the level 0 and once you've identified or translated or whatever is required, then you can purchase the upgraded ones with experience points. Seal allows you to take a token from the bag and you put it on the card usually. If it ever leaves play for any reason, all the chaos tokens are immediately released. Specialist cards. Okay, this is something new. Some of the player cards in this product belong to a new group of neutral cards known as specialist cards. Specialist cards can be identified by their black color and by the absence of any class icon. Each specialist card also contains the specifics, one or more traits, like Misatonic, Scholar, deck only. An investigator must have one of the indicated traits printed on their investigator card in order to purchase that specialist card. Additionally, any investigators must follow all the deck building options and restrictions when looking to purchase a specialist card for their deck. And then there's some frequently asked questions, which we're not going to go over right now. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the cards. So, I'll open up this first one. And we're going to switch to the other view here. All right. So let's see what we got here. So our guardian is Marion Tavares. She's got 2 will, 3 intellect, 4 combat, and 3 agility. She's a drifter entrepreneur. You have 1 fewer hand slots. Okay. After you play an event during your turn, draw 1 card. Then you may play a different event. Limit once per round. Her elder sign is effect +1. Search the top 3 cards of your deck for an event and draw it, shuffle your deck. Okay, so she's going to want lots of events. She's got 8 physical, 6 sanity. On the back here, deck size 30. At deck creation, choose one of the following traits: Fortune, Gambit, or Improvise. Her deck building option is Guardian cards 0 to 5, neutral cards 0 to 5, and events with your chosen trait level 0 to 2, and up to 5 other level 0 survivor cards. Okay. Deck building requirements. So she's got 2 copies of Determined, I'll Do It Myself, and 1 random basic weakness. Okay, so she's only got 1 hand slot. Oh, okay, because she's missing an arm. Okay, interesting. All right. So Determined, we've got 2 copies of this. It provides 1 wild. It's a skill. Marion Tavares' deck only. If the skill test is successful and it's on an event you played, you may return Determined to your hand instead of discarding it. Oh, nice. So she likes events and she's able to return them. And her weakness is I'll Do It Myself. It's a flaw. Revelation. Put I'll Do It Myself into play in your threat area. As an additional cost for you to play an event, take 1 horror. And as a lightning, discard 3 cards from your hand. Discard I'll Do It Myself. All right. Our Seeker, so I guess they mentioned that other character is a Seeker Mystic, so apparently we could have more than 1 Seeker. Lucius Galloway, 2 will, 4 books, 1 fight, 5 agility. Scholar Dreamer, as a reaction, after you successfully evaded enemy by 2 or more, discover 1 clue at your location. Limit once per round. And the elder sign is effect +1 for each enemy at your location. Oh, and he's an 8/6 as well. His deck building, deck size 30. Seeker cards, level 0 to 5. Rogue cards, level 0 to 2. Neutral cards, level 0 to 5. Okay, so he's got kind of like the original base game deck building. Okay, deck building requirements. The Book of Vows, Dreams of the Flood, and 1 random basic weakness. Okay, the Book of the Book of Verse. Sorry, I think I said the Book of Vows. Book of Verse. Sorry. The Book of Verse is a 2-cost asset, provides 2 wild skills, item, tome, Lucius Galloway deck only, uses 1 inspiration. Replenish this inspiration the first time you discover a clue each round. Okay. Lightning reaction, sorry. After revealing chaos tokens during a skill test, spend 1 inspiration. You get +1 skill value for the skill test. If you succeed by exactly 0, draw a card. Okay. That's pretty nice. When you miss by 1, you could do that and get a card draw. Dreams of the Flood. It's a weakness. It's an omen. End times. Revelation. Put Dreams of the Flood into play in your threat area. Force. The first time you discover 1 or more clues during your turn, take 1 horror and shuffle Dreams of the Flood into your deck. Alright, then we got Agatha Crane here, the Seeker version of her. Agatha Crane, 4 will, 4 intellect, 1 combat, 3 agility. Misogynic Scholar. Reaction: when your turn ends, if you sealed, canceled, or ignored 1 or more chaos tokens this round, play a spell or insight event from your discard pile. After the event resolves, remove it from the game. Oh, wow. Okay. Elder Sign effect +2. You may cancel this token and draw another in its place. If you do, draw 1 card. Oh, interesting. She's a 6 health, 8 sanity. Her deck building is deck size 35. Seeker cards 0 to 5, neutral cards 0 to 5, insight events level 3, and up to 10 other level 0 mystic cards. Okay, so you get to splash with the other one a little bit, okay? Deck building requirements. The Ocula Obscura, Glimpse the Void, and 1 random weakness. And then the Mystic version. Just going to kind of look at differences here a little bit. So the skills the stats are still the same. 4, 4, 1, 3. Mystic Scholar still the same. Her reaction: when your turn ends, if you sealed, canceled, or ignored 1 or more chaos tokens this round, play a spell or insight event from your discard pile after. Okay, so that part's still the same. You may cancel this token and draw another. Okay, so the front is the same, actually, except for the color. So it's got to be the back is different. Yeah, okay. Deck size 35 again. Mystic cards, level 0 to 5. Neutral cards, 0 to 5. Spell events. So spell instead of insights. 0 to 3. And up to 10 level 0 seeker cards. And it's got the same deck extra cards. Okay, so you're swapping insight for spell, and you're swapping the main sphere that you're playing in. Okay. Ocula Obscura. It's a 3-cost asset. It provides a will, a book, and a wild. Item Tool Science. Agatha Crane's deck only. Reaction: after you succeed at a skill test, if no tokens are sealed here, seal a non-symbol token revealed during the skill test on Ocula Obscura. Force: when you would reveal a token from the Chaos bag, resolve the token sealed here instead, and then release it. And it takes up an accessory slot. Then we got Glimpse the Void. Blunder Insight. Put Glimpse the Void into play in your threat area. The first time you reveal 1 or more Chaos tokens during each skill test, you must reveal an additional Chaos token and resolve its effect. And as an action, you can shuffle it back into your deck. Oh, you don't get rid of it. It gets shuffled back into your deck. Yuck. Alright, our rogue is Michael McGlynn and his Tommy gun. He's got 3 will, 1 books, 5 combat, 3 agility. Wow, he's got a lot of combat. Criminal Hunter. Reaction: after you spend 1 or more ammo from a firearm asset, gain 1 resource. Limit once per firearm asset per round. Elder Sign effect +2. You may place 1 ammo on a firearm asset you control. And he's 9 health, 5 sanity. He is deck size 30. Rogue cards level 0 to 3. Neutral cards level 0 to 5. Cards with firearms either as their trait or on their text box level 0 to 5. Oh, okay. So he can't have the level 4 and 5 rogue cards, but he can play with like the Guardian firearms. Alright, that's pretty cool. Deck building requirements. Viola case, and confiscation and a random basic weakness. So his Viola case is a 2-cost asset, provides a will, a strength, and agility in a wild item. Illicit, Michael McGlynn's deck only. You have 2 additional hand slots, which can only be used to hold firearm assets. Okay, that's cool. As a reaction, after you play the Viola case, search the top 9 cards of your deck for a firearm asset and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Wow. Okay, so that is a bandolier and the I forgot what the Guardian card is called. The one where you look for weapons. That's pretty cool. All right. Confiscation, weakness, blunder. Shuffle each firearm asset in your play area into your deck. If no asset was shuffled this into your deck, prepare for the worst. That's what it's called. If no asset was shuffled into your deck by this effect, take 1 damage and shuffle confiscation back into your deck. All right, then our Mystic is Gloria Goldberg. She was only like a you can only get her from like the novel for the longest time, but now we finally have her. She's 5 will, 4 intellect, 2 combat, 1 agility. She's a clairvoyant. You choose the investigator order during the mythos phase. As a reaction, when you look at 1 or more cards from the encounter deck, look at 1 additional card and choose 1 non-elite card among them. Either discard it, put it on top of the encounter deck, or place it face down beneath Gloria Goldberg. Max 3 cards beneath her. Elder Sign is an effect +1. Look at the top card of the encounter deck. And she's got 5 physical, 9 sanity. Deck size 30, secondary class choice. At deck creation, choose Guardian, Seeker, or Rogue. And then she gets Mystic cards, levels 0 to 5, neutral cards 0 to 5, up to 10 levels 0 to 1 events and or skills of your choice from that secondary class. Okay. She's got 3 copies of Psychic Sensitivity, 3 copies of Prophecy of the End, shuffled into the encounter deck. Okay. So Psychic Sensitivity is a 0-cost event. It's Augury Insight, Gloria Goldberg's deck only. Fast. Play when an investigator at any location draws an encounter card. If there is a copy of that encounter card beneath Gloria Goldberg, cancel all the card's effect and discard both copies, then draw a card. Okay, we got 3 copies of that. Alright, yep, and this has the mythos back to it. So this gets shuffled into the encounter deck. So we got her weaknesses are in the encounter deck. Interesting. Prophecy of the End. Omen, End Time, Surge. If Gloria Goldberg uses her reaction ability and this treachery is among the looked at cards, it must be chosen and placed face down beneath her. If you cannot, discard a non-weakness card beneath her first. Then, if there are 3 copies of this treachery beneath her, she is defeated and shuffles a mental trauma. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got these cool things you can do with her, but there is a limit. There is a time limit. All right, then we have George Barnaby. 2 will, 4 intellect, 3 combat, 3 agility. Civic Drifter. Your max hand size is equal to the number of face down cards beneath George Barnaby. Limit 5. Now, so he's going to play with a smaller hand size. You may commit face down cards beneath George Barnaby to skill tests as if they were in your hand. Okay, interesting. After you discard a card from your hand, place it face down beneath George Barnaby, then draw 1 card. Limit once per phase. Elder Sign is effect +1, draw a card. 7 physical, 7 sanity. By the way, I have YouTube closed. If anyone is watching and wants to chat along, please do so. I have no idea how many people will be watching live because I don't have that up right now. George Barnaby, deck 35, survivor card, level 0 to 5, neutral cards 0 to 5, up to 10 other level 0 seeker and or rogue cards. Deck building requirements, does not count towards deck size, of course. 3 copies of Grim Resolve, Cast Adrift, random basic weakness, additional setup. After drawing your opening hand, you may place any number of cards in your hand face down beneath George Barnaby. Okay. Grim Resolve. So this, he's got 3 copies of this. It's a skill, provides a wild, George Barnaby decks only. After the skill test resolves, you may swap any number of cards beneath George Barnaby with the same number of non-weakness cards in your hand. Okay. Alright, then we have Cast Adrift. It's a hardship. Revelation. If there are no cards beneath George Barnaby, shuffle Cast Adrift into your deck. Otherwise, discard each card beneath George Barnaby. Okay. Now we're going into the Guardian cards. So we've got 2 copies of the Book of War. It's an item tome, uses 3 secrets as a reaction. After you play a tactic event, spin 1 secret and exhaust the Book of War. When your turn ends, return that event to your hand. Okay. We got a Crowbar. It costs 3. Provides a book and a combat item, weapon, tool, melee. As an action, you can exhaust a crowbar to investigate. This investigation attempt uses strength instead of books, or you can spin an action to exhaust crowbar. Fight. You get +2 fight for this attack. And it takes up a hand slot. We have a Remington model 1858. 3 cost asset, provides an agility. Item, weapon, firearm, uses 2 ammo. As an action, spin 1 ammo, fight. You get +1 fight for this attack. This attack deals +1 damage. As a reaction, when Remington model 1858 leaves play, immediately trigger the above action ability, ignoring all costs. Alright, so you get 1 last shot before it gets discarded. Okay. Now is all the assets. Now we're in the events. 0 cost event provides a book and agility. Primed for action. Tactic bold. Play only as your first action. Play a firearm asset from your hand, reducing its cost by 2. Then you may play an upgrade event from your hand, attaching it to that asset if able. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. We got Ready for Anything. It's a 1 cost event. Provides a will. Spirit Bold. Another, play only as your first action. Draw a card. 2 cards instead if you draw and if you drew an enemy this round. Then heal 1 horror. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Nice. Alright, then we got a skill here. Hard Boiled provides a combat and a wild. Innate, max 1 committed per skill test. Hard Boiled gains a fight and a wild for each successful attack you perform this round. Ooh. Okay. Now we're getting into the upgraded cards. So this is where you have to spin XP. So we have an upgraded Hunter's Mark, 1 cost event. You need to spin 1 XP to get it. It's a wild, fast. Attached to an enemy at your location, limit once per enemy. Investigators get +1 fight while fighting this enemy. It's a reaction when discarding. When damage is dealt to the attached enemy, discard Hunter's Mark, deal 1 additional damage to that enemy. Any investigator may trigger this ability. Okay. I don't remember what the level 0 does, so. Alright, so then we got Alice Luxley. She costs 4, 2 XP to get her. Provides 2 books. Allied Detective Police, you get +1 book. The first investigation action you perform each turn does not provoke an attack of opportunity. I'm not sure what that beep was for. The first investigate action you perform each turn does not provoke an attack of opportunity. After you discover a clue, exhaust Alex Luxley, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. Card designed by the Council and Exile 2022. Takes up an ally slot. 2 physical, 3 sanity. Let me check and make sure we're still broadcasting, because I did not like that beep. Oh. I'm not hearing anything. Okay, so it looks like we're still broadcasting, so that's good. Okay, so it looks like we're still broadcasting, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to mute that. That way I can come back to it if I need to. All right. We'll move on. All right, so we got Bulwark. 2 cost. 2 experience. Provides a will, a strength, and a wild. It's a ritual. Limit 1 per investigator. Seal the Elder Sign or the +1. You may resolve this keyword again after you defeat an enemy. Okay. When an enemy would attack an investigator at your location, exhaust Bulwark and release a token sealed here. Cancel the attack. Ready another asset you control. Yeah, so you're taking the Elder Sign and the +1. Everyone's going to love that. Alright, Inspiring Presence. It's a 2 XP skill. It provides a will, a intellect, and a combat, and a wild. Innate, developed. If this skill test is successful, ready an ally asset at your location and heal 1 damage and 1 horror from it. Ooh, nice. Okay. Okay, this is limit. We only have 1 copy of this guy because it's limit once per deck. But this costs 3. It's a permanent, limit once per deck. Your firearm asset with uses ammo interplay with an additional ammo on it. Alright, nice. That's good for the gun, people. Alright, then we got a 2 cost event with 3 XP, combat agility, quick shot, spirit, myriad. So we got 3 copies of it, of course. Play only during your turn. Deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. Reaction after you draw a quick shot during your turn. Play it, reducing the resource cost by 2. Oh, so if you get a card draw during your turn, you can play it for free. Nice. All right, so those were the Guardian cards. Well, nope, we got 2 more. I thought it was done. All right. Oh, an upgraded Remington Model 1858. 4 XP, costs 2 to play it. 2 combat, 2 agility. uses 3 ammo. As an action, spend 1 ammo, fight. You get +2 fight for this attack, +1 damage. Reaction: when Remington Model 1858 enters or leaves play, immediately trigger the above combat or the above action ability, ignoring all costs. All right, so again, one final shot, but you also get it when you play it too. All right, now we're doing the seeker cards. Okay, so we've got Alton O'Connell, 3-cost asset. He provides a book and an agility. Ally Detective Reporter, you get +1 agility. After you succeed at a skill test by exactly 3, place 1 resource on Anton O'Connell as evidence. And as a lightning, exhaust Alton O'Connell and spend X evidence. Discover 1 clue at your location. X is the shroud value of your location. 2 physical, 1 sanity. Takes up an ally slot, of course. We have our artistic inspiration. 2 costs. Provides a wild. Limit 1 per investigator. Uses 1 inspiration. Lightning. Exhaust artistic inspiration and discard 1 card from your hand. Replenish 1 inspiration on this card. And as a reaction, after revealing chaos tokens for a skill test you are performing, spin 1 inspiration. You get +1 or -1 skill value for this skill test. So this is really nice. Being able to tweak your results by 1 or more. I had a Kate Winthrop deck that was really nice with dealing with trying to get things by winning by an exact number. So that card would definitely help with that deck. All right, then we got Forensic Kit, 3-cost asset. It's a book and an agility. Item tool science, uses 4 supplies. Action, spend 1 supply. Investigate. For this investigation, you may use agility instead of books, and you get +1 skill test, +1 skill value. If you succeed and there is an exhausted enemy at your location, heal 1 horror. Takes up takes up a hand slot. Oh, I didn't realize that there was a solo one here. So we have 1 copy of. So I was reading Forensic Kit, but I had Dial of the Ancients. I'll do that. So Dial of the Ancients costs 3. It's provides a book, item relic, curse. Limit 1 per deck. Uses 0 charges. Reaction: after an enemy at your location is evaded, place 1 charge on Dial of the Ancients. Then, if there are 4 or more charges on Dial of the Ancients, record in your campaign log that you have calculated the day of reckoning. Okay. And this is the unidentified version. So this is the research card they were talking about, although it didn't have the research keyword, which is very interesting. Forensic Kit. This is the one I read earlier, but it's a 3-cost asset. Provides a book and agility. Item tool science, uses 4 supplies. As an action, spend 1 supply. Investigate. For this investigation, use agility instead of books, and you get +1 skill value. If you succeed and there is an exhausted enemy at your location, heal 1 horror. And it takes up a hand slot. Oops. All right. Then we have Mortar and Pestle, 2-cost asset. Will provides a will skill. Item tool science, uses 0 resources. Resources on Mortar and Pestle may be spent to pay for spell cards. This is really good for Agatha then. Reaction: after you discover 1 or more clues, exhaust Mortar and Pestle. Place 1 resource on it from the token pool. Okay. Then we've got the Oculus Mortem. It's a 3-cost asset. Item tools occult, uses 0 evidence. Reaction: after you seal, cancel, or ignore a chaos token, exhaust Oculus Mortem. Place 1 evidence on it. And as another reaction, When an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, spin one evidence and exhaust Oculus momentum to discover one clue at your location. If that enemy has the Geist trait, deal one damage to it. It takes up a hand slot. Uncanny Specimen, one cost. This is the Myriad, so we got 3 copies, of course. And it's fast. Up to 3 Uncanny Specimens can take up 1 arcane slot. Okay, that's good to know. Reaction. When a skull, cultist, tablet, or elder thing symbol is revealed during a skill test at your location, discard Uncanny Specimen. Cancel that Chaos token, return it to the Chaos bag, and reveal a new one. If this test is successful, draw a card. Alright. Then we have a 1-cost event. Will books correlate all its content, insight, investigate. You may cancel the first Chaos token revealed for this skill test. Return it to the bag and reveal a new one. If you succeed at the skill test, place 1 charge or secret on an asset controlled by an investigator at your location. If you succeed by exactly 1 or 3, place 2 charges on secrets on that asset instead. And then there was that 1 card where you could raise it or lower it by 1, so that could help. That could help trigger that. Yeah, now these are the cards that cost experience. So we have an event here. 0 costs 1 XP though. Provides a will and a book. Cosmic Revelation. It's an insight spell. Choose even or odd. Each investigator reveals each non-weakness card in their hand with a cost matching the chosen option. In player order, each investigator may choose to either draw 1 card from their deck or play 1 card they revealed from their hand, paying its cost. Okay. Then we got Quick-Witted. This is a Myriad. So we got 3 copies, of course. Costs 1 XP. Provides 1 book, 1 agility. Quick-Witted gains a book and agility for each other copy of Quick-Witted in your discard pile. After the skill test ends, you may shuffle each other copy of Quick-Witted in your discard pile into your deck. Oh, nice. So there's a lot of playing around with keeping those cards going. That's nice. Misdirection. Costs 2 XP. Book Agility Wild. It's a ritual. Limit 1 per investigator. Seal the +1 or the 0. You may resolve this keyword again after you discover the last clue at your location. And as a reaction, when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, exhaust Misdirection and release a token sealed here. Cancel that attack. Then that investigator may move to any connecting location. Okay. We got Scientific Studios Grant. Costs 3, 2 XP, 1 will, 1 book. Grant, limit 1 per investigator. You have 2 additional hand slots, which may only be used to hold science and or tool assets. Okay. Wait. Oh, that's really good for Kate Winthrop. All right, we have an upgraded Working the Hunch. Costs 2 XP. It provides 2 books. Fast play only during your turn. Discover 1 clue from any revealed location. Okay. Now we have the upgraded Dial of the Ancients. All right, so each one of these is different. Okay. So it's 3 cost, 4 XP, 1 book, 1 wild. Item, relic, curse, researched. Okay, so I thought they had it in the level 0 as well, but okay. Apparently, it's just in these upgraded ones. Limit 1 per deck, uses 4 charges. When an investigator fails a skill... Oh, as a reaction. When an investigator fails a skill test at your location, exhaust Dial of the Ancients, seal 1 chaos token revealed during that test on Dial of the Ancients. Force. When the round ends, for each chaos token sealed here, you may spend 1 charge or release that token. Okay. So that was Signs of the Cataclysm. This one is Signs of Aberration. Provides a strength and a wild. Okay, so the skill icons are different. Item, relic, curse, that's the same. 4 uses. And as an action, fight, evade. When you reveal a chaos token during an attack or evasion attempt, you may spend 1 charge to cancel that token, return it to the bag, and reveal a new one. You may do this any number of times. If this test succeeds, deal 1 damage to the targeted enemy. And the third one, which is Signs of Revelation. Uses is the same. This is provides a will and a wild as a lightning action. During your turn, exhaust Dial of the Ancients and spend 1 charge. Investigate. When revealing chaos tokens for this test, reveal X additional tokens, where X is the number of enemies at your location. Choose 1 of the revealed tokens to resolve and ignore the rest. All right. And then the last Seeker card we got costs 3, 5 experience points. Book and 2 wilds. Item, relic, science, reaction. After you succeed at a skill test, exhaust Anti-Kirta. If you succeed by exactly 1 or 3, discover 1 clue. 2 or 4, draw 1 card to gain a resource. 5, you may take an additional action during your next turn. Alright. So before we jump into the rogue cards, I'm going to take a quick sip here. Alright. So our first rogue card is a Luger P08. It's 2 cost asset combat. Uses 2 ammo counters. It's an item, weapon, firearm, illicit. As a lightning, exhaust Luger P08 and spend 1 ammo fight. You get +1 fight for this attack. As an action, you can spend a resource, replenish all ammo on Luger P08 and ready it. Ooh, that's really nice. That's definitely a backup weapon for Michael. But he's got to have his Tommy gun, obviously. All right. Now we have Robert Castigine. Robert Castigine. Key cost 4. Combat. You get +1 combat. Action, discard a firearm asset that takes up 1 or fewer hand slots from your hand, and exhaust Robert. Resolve a fight ability on the discarded asset, ignoring all costs. This does not provoke attacks of opportunity. And he's 2 health, 2 sanity. Takes up an ally slot, of course. Then we have String Along. It's a 3 cost asset. It provides an agility, skill, talent, reaction. When you attempt to evade an enemy, exhaust String Along. For this evasion attempt, you get +1 skill value and the enemy gains alert. If you succeed, draw 1 card and do not disengage from the enemy. Huh. Okay. Then we've got Where's the Party? It's a zero cost event. Provides a book and an agility. It's trick, improvise, parlay. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a non-elite enemy and spawn it. Exhausted and engage with you. Draw cards equal to that enemy's combined damage and horror values. Okay. Alright, then we got a zero cost event. You've had worse will to agility. It's a favor, fast. Play when an investigator at your location or a connecting location is dealt damage and or horror. That investigator may spend up to 3 resources. For each resource spent, that investigator cancels 1 damage or horror. Just dealt. Oh, okay. Okay, then we have a 2-cost asset, Bums Rush. Provides a book and a fight. It's a tactic trick. Evade. Add your combat value to your skill value for this evasion attempt. If you succeed by 2 or more, deal that enemy 1 damage. If that enemy is not elite, you may move to a connecting location. All right. Then we have Intimidation. It's a 3-cost event. Provides a will and a combat. It's a tactic. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and test Combat X, where X is the chosen enemy's remaining health. If you succeed, shuffle that enemy into the encounter deck, or deal 2 damage to it instead if it's elite. All right. Well, that's good. So it has an option if they're elite. All right, then we have the skill Crack Shot. Provides 3 wild practice. Commit only to a skill test from an ability printed on a firearm or ranged asset you control. Okay. And now the cards that cost XP. So the first one is a Myriad. So of course we have 3 copies. Costs 2, 1 XP. Will, Agility, Doppelganger, Spell, Trick. Myriad, fast, play only during your turn. Attached to your location, limit 1 per location. Reaction. After an enemy enters or leaves attached location, return Doppelganger to your hand. Either perform an evasion attempt against that enemy or immediately move to the attached location. You may trigger this ability from any location. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is, alright. This is exceptional. It's a 2 XP, so it's going to actually cost you 4 XP, but it's still a level 2 card. Connection, elicit, action, spend 2 resources, draw the card attached to mob connections. Oh, this is mob connections, okay. Reaction, when an illicit asset you control is discarded from play, exhaust mob connections. Attach that asset to this card face down. Limit 1 attached asset. Alright, so we got Obscure. 2-cost event, 2 XP. Provides a will, an agility, and a wild. Limit 1 per investigator. You seal the 0. You may resolve this keyword again after you reveal a location or put a new location into play. Reaction. When you engage an enemy, exhaust Obscure and release a token sealed here. Immediately fight or evade that enemy. During the skill test, your base skill value is equal to the shroud value of your location. Alright, then we have an upgraded Watch This. 3 XP, provides 3 wild. It's a Gambit. Commit only to a skill test you are performing as an additional cost to commit. What's this? To a skill test, spin up to 3 resources. If you succeed by 1 or more, grab twice that many resources. Okay. Upgraded Robert Castigine. He costs 3, 4 XP. Combat, agility, wild. You get +1 combat. So lightning, exhaust Robert Castigine. Fight. Reveal a firearm asset that takes up one or fewer hand slots from your hand. Resolve a fight ability on the revealed asset, ignoring all costs. Then you may either discard the revealed asset to draw 1 card or play that asset, paying its costs. He provides a 2/2. 2 physical, 2 sanity. And it looks like this is our... Nope. We have... I thought that was the last rogue card, but nope, we got another one. Alright. 0 cost, 4 XP. You've had worse. Oh, this is the upgraded you had worse. Will to agility. Fast play when an investigator at your location or a connecting lotion is dealt damage and or horror. That investigator may give you up to 5 resources. For each resource given by this effect, that investigator cancels 1 damage or 1 horror. Oh. That one says give. Was the first one give and I just missed it? Oh, so the first one is they spend 3 resources, okay. But here they're giving you 5 resources. Or up to 5 resources. Wow, okay. That's a pretty nice upgrade. The Gatling gun. Costs 5 XP, provides 2 combat, an agility and a wild, item, weapon, firearm, illicit, uses 12 ammo. As an action, spin 1 to 6 ammo, fight. You get +X fight for this attack. The difficulty for this attack is equal to the combined fight value of all enemies at your location, instead of its standard damage. This attack deals X damage divided as you choose among enemies at your location. X is the amount of ammo spent as part of this ability's cost, and it takes up 2 hand slots. All right. So before we jump on the Mystics, let's take a quick peek here. See what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on here. Why am I not seeing anything? Hello? Oh. That's right. I forgot I muted it. All right. So hopefully it looks like we're still broadcasting, so that's good. Oh. That's right. I forgot I muted it. All right. Okay. Let's take a quick drink here. All right, on to Mystics, and we're really close to the halfway point here as far as cards. All right, so we got the Blood of Toth, 2 cost asset, 1 wheel item relic. As a reaction, when 1 or more doom is placed on a card you control, exhaust Blood of Toth, place 1 resource on this card from the token pool as an offering. And as a reaction, if Blood of Toth has 3 or more offerings on it, remove all offerings from Blood of Toth and exhaust it. Choose an investigator location to immediately take an action as if it was their turn. Okay. Yep, and then we got the second bag here. So we got this card, but the other copy is in the other bag. All right. So we're officially at the halfway point now. Breath of the Sleeper. It's a 3-cost asset. Provides a combat skill. It's a spell. Uses 9 charges as an action fight. Use your use your will instead of your combat for this test. Before revealing chaos tokens for this test, you may spend up to 3 charges to reveal that many additional chaos tokens. Choose one of the revealed tokens to resolve and ignore the rest. If you succeed and the chosen token matches an ignored token, this attack deals +2 damage. Oh, nice. Okay. Then we have Eyes of the Dreamer. 3-cost asset, will, spell. Wait. Oh, okay, same thing. Or it's very similar. Use your will instead of your... Oh, this is the investigate version. Use your will instead of books for this test. Before revealing chaos tokens from this test, you may spend up to 3 charges to reveal that many additional chaos tokens. Choose one of the revealed tokens to resolve and ignore the rest. If you succeed and the chosen token matches an ignored token, discover an additional clue at your location. All right. Those are pretty cool cards. I like them. Okay, this is... Get one copy of this guy. The Great Work. It's a pack, science, permanent, limit 1 per deck. Purchase only at deck creation. Okay, that's one of those cards. You earn 1 additional experience after each scenario of this campaign. If you are defeated, you are usurped by the Homulus. Replace each signature card in your deck with a random basic weakness. Flip this card and replace your investigator with it for the remainder of the campaign. Oh, hello! It's a nice, fun, double-sided card. Awesome. The Lost Homulus. 2 will, 2 books, 2 fight, 2 agility, constraint, Cyan cannot be chosen as a starting investigator. You cannot add, remove, or upgrade cards from your deck. Oh, wow. You get +2 skill value when resolving abilities on spell cards. Forced. When you are defeated, you are killed. And the Elder Sign is effect +0. Draw a card. 6 health, 6 sanity. Oh, fun. Dirk would love that, all the random basic weaknesses. He'll never play that card, probably. Katrina Sojka. 2-cost asset, will, ally, clairvoyant, dreamer, reaction. When you reveal chaos tokens during a skill test you are performing, exhaust Katrina Sojka. Reveal tokens from the chaos bag until a token with a symbol is revealed. Resolve that token and ignore the rest. Provides 1 physical, 2 mental. Takes up the ally slot, of course. Then we have the Myriad card. 3 cost. Provides a will, Myriad. So there's 3 copies, of course. Seal a skull, cultist, tablet, or elder thing. Uses 3 charges. Forced. When your turn begins, you may spend 1 charge or discard Sign of Zolotap. I don't know. Lightning. Discard a copy of Sign of Zolotap from your hand to replenish all charges on this copy of it. Okay. Spectral Shield. It's a 1-cost event. Provides a wild. Spell Shield. Fast. Play only during your turn. Attached to a player card with health and or sanity at your location. Force. When attached card takes 1 or more damage or horror, cancel 1 of that damage or horror. The owner of Spectral Shield must remove 1 charge from an asset they control. If they cannot discard Spectral Shield. Okay. We got Whisper of Doom. So 3-cost event. Will combat. Spell Curse. Parlay. Choose a non-weakness enemy at your location and test 3 combat. This test gets plus X difficulty, where X is that enemy's horror value. If you succeed, defeat that enemy for or deal 3 damage instead of its elite. If you fail, place 1 doom on that enemy. Okay. Now we have this is Eye of Gantanotha. It costs 2 XP. Will and a wild. Item Relic Curse is an exceptional, so it actually costs 4 to purchase it, but it's a level 2 card. You get plus 1 combat. Play with the top card of the encounter deck revealed. Ooh. And provides 3 health. Gloria's going to love that card. Alright, we have an upgraded Sword Cane. Cost 2 XP. Strength, agility. Item, relic, weapon, melee, fast. After Sword Cane. Oh, reaction. After Sword Cane enters play, you may deal 1 damage to an enemy engaged with you. Immediately trigger the action ability below without paying its cost. Action. Exhaust Sword Cane. Fight, evade. You may use your will in place of your strength or agility for this attack or evasion attempt, and you get plus 1 skill value for this test. Okay. It's got Spiritual Echo. It's a 1-cost event, 2 XP. Provides will and combat icons. Ritual. Attach to your location. Limit 1 per location. It's a reaction after you activate an action or lightning ability on a spell or ritual card. Perform that ability again at attached location as if you were there, ignoring that asset's action cost, if any. You may trigger this ability from any location, but then you return Spectral Echo to your hand. Okay. Then we got Transfiguration, cost 0, 2 XP, will, intellect, wild. It's a ritual. Choose another investigator card from your collection. Until the end of the game, treat the front of your investigator card as if it were the front of the chosen card instead, including your skill values, traits, abilities, and Elder Sign effect. Max once per game. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Alright, then we have an upgraded Enraptured. 2-cost skill, provides will, wild, skills, practice, expert, max 1, committed per skill test. If this skill test is successful during an investigation, place up to 3 charges and or secrets on assets controlled by investigators at your location. Alright. Then we have Lost Arcana, cost 3 XP, will, books, item, tome, occult, uses 2 charges. Charges on Lost Arcana may be spent as if they were charges on spells and ritual assets you control. Reaction, after the last clue is discovered from your location, exhaust Lost Arcana, place 1 charge on this card. Alright, then we have Deliverance, 0-cost asset, 0-cost event, 3 XP, will, spirit, fast. Play when the draw encounter card step of the Mythos phase would begin. You draw each encounter card that would normally be drawn this Mythos phase. Cards drawn during this Mythos phase cannot be canceled and the first card drawn gains surge. Skip the draw encounter card step of the next Mythos phase, max twice per game. Oh, fun. Okay. You have to be able to take everything though, but huh. And then our last Mystic card is Eldritch Brand. It costs 5 XP, but it's exceptional, so it actually costs 10 XP, but it's a level 5 card. When you purchase this card, choose a non-signature spell asset in your deck and record spell's name was branded in your campaign log. This is now your branded spell. Your deck cannot include more than one copy of your branded spell. Reaction. Before you draw your opening hand, search your deck for your branded spell and play it, paying its cost. Oh, interesting. But that's before the initial hand. Oh, sorry, needed a reposition here. All right, so I got Survivor and Basic now. All right, so our first Survivor card. It's a 3-cost asset. Anchor Chain provides a will item tool. When Anchor Chain is in your hand, you may perform the below action ability. If you do, discard Anchor Chain instead of exhausting it as an action. Exhaust Anchor Chain, evade. You get +1 agility for this evasion attempt. If you successfully evade a non-elite enemy, you may discard 1 card from hand to prevent that enemy from readying during the next upkeep phase. Okay. Hand Hook costs 3. Combat item, weapon, tool, melee. While Hand Hooked is in your hand, you may perform the below action ability. If you do, discard Hand Hook instead of exhausting it. Action, exhaust Hand Hook, fight. You get +1 fight for this attack. If you succeed, you may discard 1 card from hand to have this attack deal +1 damage. Okay. Oh, blurry camera. Come on. All right. Then we got Lawrence Lawrence Carlisle. 3-cost asset. Provides a book skill. Ally, artist, patron. You get +1 book. Reaction. After you discard 1 or more cards from your hand during your turn, exhaust Lawrence and gain a resource. He provides 1/1. 1 physical, 1 mental. Nautical Charts costs 3. Provides a book. Item tome tool. Yeah. Item tome tool. While Nautical Chart is in your hand, you may perform the below action ability. If you do, discard Nautical Chart instead of exhausting it. Action. Exhaust Nautical Chart, investigate. You get +1 book for this investigation. If you succeed, you may discard 1 card from your hand to discover 1 additional clue at your location. All right. We got a Profane Idol here. Cost 1. Item Charm. Profane Idol can only be played from your discard pile. Forced. When the Profane Idol is defeated, shuffle it into your deck instead of discarding it. It provides 3 sanity. Takes up an agility or accessory slot. Then we have Catch. 0-cost event. Provides 2 agility. Skills, Tactic, Trick. As an additional cost to play Catch, choose and discard an item asset that takes up at least 1 hand slot from your hand or play area. You get plus X agility for this evasion attempt, where X is the chosen asset's printed resource cost. If you succeed against a non-elite enemy and that asset was in your play area, the enemy does not ready during the next upkeep phase. Okay. They're playing catch with monsters. That's fun. All right. Unconventional method, 0 cost event. Provides 2 books. Insight tactic. As an additional cost to play unconventional method, choose and discard an item, asset that takes up 1 hand slot from your hand or play area. You get plus X books for this investigation, where X is the chosen asset's printed resource cost. If you succeed and that asset was in your play area, discover 1 additional clue at your location. So that's the investigation version of catch, I guess. They have a skill here, Contemptible. It is innate. You may commit contemplative to an investigator or skill test during a parlay attempt at your location or a connecting location. If this test is successful, the performing investigator discovers 1 clue at their location. Okay. Okay, now we have ample supplies, cost 1, 2 XP, supply, limit 1 per investigator, uses 2 supplies. Reaction, after you discard 1 or more cards from your hand, exhaust ample supplies, and place 1 supply on this card. Lightning, discard ample supplies, move each supply on this card to your resource pool as resources. Okay. We got an upgraded A Glimmer of Hope. It's a myriad. Cost 1, 2 XP. Will, Agility, Wild, myriad. A Glimmer of Hope can only be played from your discard pile. Add all copies of A Glimmer of Hope in your discard pile to your hand. Okay. Then we got another myriad card. Good Weather. 1 cost asset, 2 XP. Blessed Fortune, myriad, fast play after the investigator phase begins. Group limit 1 in play. Put Good Watcher into play next to the agenda deck and choose a skill. While this card is in play, each investigator gets +2 to the chosen skill. Force. When the investigator phase begins, discard Good Weather. Alright. Then we have Improvised Weapon, the 2 XP version. Cost 1, 2 XP. Tactic Improvised. You may play Improvised Weapon from your discard pile. If you do, shuffle it into your deck after resolving its effect and draw a card. Fight. The attached enemy gets -2 fight for this attack. If you played Improvised Weapon from your discard pile, this attack deals an additional damage. Last Chance. Cost 3 XP. Provides 6 wild. Wow. Gambit. Commit only to a skill test with no other cards committed to it. Other cards cannot be committed to this skill test. Last Chance loses 1 wild for each card in your hand. If this test is successful while Last Chance is committed to it, draw 2 cards. Okay. There's a lot of cards here. All right, this is the last survivor card, looks like. The Gift of Nodens, costs 2, 5 XP, Ritual. Reaction. When you commit cards to a skill test, you are performing. Choose a survivor skill card in your discard pile and discard 1 card from your hand. Commit the chosen skill to this test. After the skill test resolves, place that skill card on the bottom of your deck. Limit once per round. Okay. And basic cards. Okay. So the first one is uh, Ascentic campaign mode only. Permanent. Limit one per deck. Purchase only a deck creation. When you purchase this card, gain 10 experience. Oh, but for the remainder of the campaign, you cannot earn experience. Oh, interesting. So you can start with 10 XP, but you don't get any more. So you have a leg up in the beginning, but might not be bad for Gloria when she's got that one card where she's going to get killed. All right. Then we have Short Rest. It's a one cost event. Provides will, Short Rest, Spirit, Myriad. Heal one damage or one horror from the investigator ally asset at your location. Reaction: after an investigator at your location, play Short Rest. Play another Short Rest from your hand, paying its cost. Huh. All right. And then we got Tony from Marvel Champions. Interesting. Confidence. Oh, this is the art from the Unfathomable expansion. Confidence provides a wild, innate, max one committed per test for each additional chaos token revealed during the skill test, even if it was canceled or ignored. Confidence gains a wild to a maximum of +3 wild. All right. Then we got Spiritual Healing. It's cost 4 XP, permanent, limit 1 per deck. When you purchase Spiritual Healing, remove 1 point of physical or mental trauma from your investigator. Oh, nice. Then we got. Oh, is this the. Oh, okay, so this is those specialist cards they were talking about. Looks like Library Pass, cost 2, 1 XP, item Misatonic Scholar deck only, limit 1 per deck. As lightning. During your turn, if there is no asset attached to Library Pass, spend 1 resource. Attach a tome asset from your hand to this card. Attached asset takes up no slots. Limit one attached event. Forced. When your turn ends, place attached event on the bottom of your deck. Okay. Then we have 2 copies of Dreams of the Clay. It's a skill, provides a wild, innate augury, artist, clairvoyant, dreamer, or performer decks only. Commit only to a skill test on a treachery. If this skill test is successful, put Dreams of the Clay into play in your play area instead of discarding it. Reaction: when you draw a non-peril treachery from the encounter deck, remove Dreams of the Clay from the game. Cancel its revelation effects and discard it. Oh, okay. That's nice. Then we got Inquisitive, provides a wild, innate, assistant, Misatonic Scholar decks only. If this skill test is successful, the performing investigator may succeed by up to 2 more or down to 2 less to a minimum of 0. Oh, that's really good for the seeker trying to get the exact results you want. Okay. Bound for the Horizon, cost 2 XP, 2 agility, talent, drifter, hunter, wayfarer, duck only, limit 1 per investigator. Lightning, during your turn, discard 1 card from your hand and exhaust Bound for the Horizon. Move to a connecting location. All right. Forbidden Sutra, cost 2 XP, wild and wild icons, item tome, blessed curse, sorcerer deck only. You get +1 skill value while resolving spell events as a reaction. During a skill test on a spell event, take up to 3 horror. For each horror taken, reveal an additional chaos token for this test. Choose one of the revealed tokens to resolve and ignore the rest. Okay. That's good for the mystics. Walter Fitzpatrick. He costs 3, 2 XP. Will, books, ally, patron, Silver Twilight, civics, Silver Twilight, or Socialite deck only. You get +1 skill value when parlaying. Reaction, after you successfully parlay, exhaust Walter Fitzpatrick to gain a resource. 2 sanity, 2 physical. Oh, wow. Name your price. This costs 20, 2 XP, will, and agility icons. Criminal Socialite deck only. Parlay. Deal 2 damage to an enemy at your location. 5 damage instead if that enemy is elite. Remove name your price from the game. Okay, it costs 20, but there are some characters that just go nuts with having resources and nothing to spend them on. Well, there you go. There's something to spend them on. That's good for rogues. True Awakening costs 0, 2 XP. Will provides a wild icon. Insight Spirit. Bless Chosen Drifter decks only. Choose and resolve 2 of the following in any order. Draw 2 cards. Discover 1 clue. You're looking at heal 1 damage or heal 1 horror. Ooh, that's a nice, diverse card. So these are like survivor cards here, it looks like. No, I guess they're just all over the place. Double Down. Costs 2 XP. Provides a wild, criminal, entrepreneur, socialite deck only. Max 1 committed per skill test. After you commit Double Down to a skill test, spend up to 3 resources. For each resource spent, Double Down gains 2 extra wild. Wow. That's a good rogue card. Captivating Performance. Costs 3 XP. Will, wild, ritual, dreamer, performer, sorcerer deck only. Limit 1 per investigator. Yeah. Reaction, after you perform 3 different types of actions in a row, exhaust Captivating Performer. Take an additional action, which must be a different type from all the other actions you have taken this turn. Types include activate, draw, engage, evade, fight, investigate, move, play, and resource. Okay. Alright. Then we got Cal of Sekhmet. 2, 3 XP. Provides a will. Item, clothing, relic, believer, chosen, cultist deck only. Reaction, when you enter a location, exhaust Cal of Sekhmet until the end of the round. Each non-elite enemy at that location cannot engage you, and you cannot deal damage to those enemies. Provides 2 sanity. Takes up the body slot. Alright. Then we have Dakota Garofula. She costs 4, 3 XP. Will fight ally hunter wayfarer, detective hunter wayfarer deck only. While there is a creature or monster enemy at your location, you get +1 will, +1 fight. Lightning, exhaust Dakota, Garofula. Choose an enemy at your location or connecting location. Move to the chosen enemy's location and engage it. 2/2. Takes up the ally slot, of course. Alright. Then we have Nose to the Grindstone. Cost 2, 3 XP, 2 books. Criminal Drifter, Entrepreneur deck only. Reaction. During a skill test, or lightning action, I should say. During a skill test on a tool asset, exhaust Nose the Grindstone. You get +2 skill value for the skill test. If the skill test fails, either replenish one supply on that asset or gain a resource. Sound support. Costs 2, 3 XP, 2 will, talent, assistant, medic, warden deck only, limit 1 per investigator. Sound support may be assigned damage and or horror dealt to other investigators at your location. Reaction. When your turn begins, heal 1 damage or 1 horror from sound support. Provides 2 of each. Alright, we got trench armor. It costs 2, 3 XP. Will, 2 fight. Item armor, agency, police, veteran deck only. Cancel the first attack of opportunity made against you each round, and it provides 3 physical, and it takes up the body slot. Okay. We got Blood of Kinyan. Cost 2, 3 XP. Will, fight. Clairvoyant Hunter Sorcerer deck only. It's a spell. Fight. You may use your will instead of your fight for this attack. For each enemy hand slot, for each empty hand slot you have, you get +2 skill value and deal +1 damage for this attack. If this attack defeats a non-elite enemy, add that enemy to the victory display and attach Blood of Kinyan to it. Alright. We're getting there. Alright, this is a long video. Storm Ruler costs 3, 4 XP. Will, combat, item, relic, weapon, melee, bless, clairvoyant, sorcerer deck only. As an action fight, add your will value to your skill value for this attack. If this attack is successful, in addition to the standard damage, you may exhaust Storm Ruler to deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location for each Skull, Cultist, Tablet, and Elder Thing symbol revealed during this attack to a maximum of 3 additional damage. Okay. Motivational speech costs 0, 4 XP. Provides a will, a book, and a wild. Civic, performance, socialite deck only. Choose an investigator at your location. That investigator may play an ally asset from their hand at no cost. Then that investigator may target an action or lightning action ability on that attack, ignoring all costs. Okay, then we've got Archibald McVeigh. He costs 4, 5 XP, provides a book and a wild. Ally, assistant, reporter, scholar deck only, uses 4 secrets. You get +1 book. Secrets on assets you control may be spent as resources to pay for insight events. You play. Oh, okay. Probably good for Seeker Agatha. Then we have an upgraded library pass. It costs 5 XP this time. Item Misatonic Scholar deck only. Permanent limit 1 per deck. As a lightning during your turn, if there is no asset attached to library pass, exhaust library pass. Attach a tome asset from your hand to library pass. Attach asset takes up no slots. When your turn ends, you must either pay 1 resource or place attached event on the bottom of your deck. All right, Mauser Tankweir M1918. 4 cost 5 XP. 2 combat. It provides 2 combat skills. Item, weapon, firearm. Hunter, veteran, warden deck only. Uses 1 shell. If Mauser Tankweir, okay. M1918 is ready. Spin 1 shell. Fight. You get +5 fight for this attack, and this attack deals +3 damage. As another action, exhaust the Mauser to replenish 1 shell on it. Okay. On their heels, 2 cost asset, 5 XP, provides a book, a fight, and a wild. Talent, detective, hunter, police, reporter deck only. Limit 1 per investigator. Uses 5 leads. After you enter a location with 1 or more enemies, spend 1 lead and exhaust on their heels. Either discover 1 clue at your location or heal 1 damage to an enemy, or deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. Okay, I was going to say heal. Definitely misread that. Okay. Sacred Oath. Costs 1, 5 XP. Will, strength, or will, combat, and wild. It's a pact. Cultist, Curse, Silver Twilight deck only. For Myriad. Oh, Fast Myriad. Oh, okay. So it's a Myriad card. Max 3 copies of Sacred Oath to play. Up to 3 Sacred Oath cards take up 1 arcane slot. And as a reaction, when you draw a non-weakness, charm, or power treachery, discard 1 copy of Sacred Oath from play, cancel the treachery's revelation effects, and discard it. Ooh, okay. I like that. Then we've got Dimensional Vortex, costs 2, 5 XP, provides a will, a combat, and a wild. It's a spell, performer, sorcerer deck only, fast. Play when the investigator phase begins. Choose a location, set aside each non-elite enemy at the chosen location, keeping all tokens on attachments until the end of the ritual, at the end of the round. They are not at any location and are immune to player card effects. When the round ends, return each of these enemies to the chosen location. Exhaust max once per game. Alright. Then we have Memories of Another Life. Cost 5 XP, 2 wild, and 8. Artist, Believer, Dreamer, Sorcerer deck only. If the skill test is successful, you may remove Memories of Another Life from the game to search your collection for any non-permanent level 0 card, even if it does not meet your deck building requirements. Play that card at no cost. At the end of the game, return that card to your collection. Oh, that's kind of fun. Huh. I like that. That's a lot of fun. I like taking things outside the game and adding it to the game. All right, then we got 4 more cards. They're all weaknesses, so and then we're done. Down and out. It's a hardship. Revelation. Put down and out into play in your threat area. When your turn ends, if you did not take either a draw or resource action this round, take 1 horror and shuffle down and out back into your deck. Or as an action, either spend 3 resources or choose and discard 3 cards from your hand to discard this card. All right. Morbid Curiosity. It's a flaw. Revelation. Put Morbid Curiosity into play in your threat area. When your turn ends, if you did not successfully investigate this round, take 1 horror and shuffle Morbid Curiosity back into your deck. And as an action, investigate. You get -2 skill value for this investigation. But if you succeed, you can discard the card. Disruptive Poltergeist. Curse. Put Disruptive Poltergeist into play in your threat area. Force. When your turn ends, if you did not successfully evade an enemy this round, take 1 damage and shuffle Disruptive Poltergeist back into your deck. As an action, evade. You get +3 skill value for the... Let's show you again. As an action, evade. You get -2 skill value for this evasion attempt. If you succeed, discard this card. Okay, so it's the evasion version of the other one. And the final one is Frenzied. Weakness, or Madness. Revelation. Put Frenzy into play in your threat area. When your turn ends, if you did not successfully fight an enemy this round, take 1 damage and shuffle it back into your deck. As an action, fight. You get -2 skill value for this attack. If you succeed, discard this card. All right. Wow. And then, of course, we have the Investigator mini cards. Okay. So that was the Investigator box for Drowned City. The campaign comes next month. So Dirk and I will definitely be playing a campaign, and we probably will pick 2 of these investigators, I'm guessing, to do it. So that should be pretty fun. But anyways, this is a long video, so I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Thank you.